Hey guys, Art 17 here, and we're in week 6 and assignment 11. So that is going to be drawing a lisp, so I'll talk about that in a second. Homework is a drawing that involves or relating to dance, drama, or music, one of those. I'll show you some examples of that. Let's talk about ellipses now. Basically, ellipses are the oval shape at the top or the bottom of a container, be it a glass, jar, cup, bottle, whatever. And you see this oval shape at the opening. You also see an oval shape at the bottom of the container on the table. Big mistake that students make when drawing ellipses is they don't put the oval shape on the table, the ellipse down here. They forget about that and kind of draw it straight across, which isn't accurate. It all depends on where your eye level is. So here, eye level, this is a little below the eye level, so it's got a little ellipse. I mean, a thin one. Then they get wider and wider as you go down wherever the container bottom or top is to your eye level. You'll see the ellipse appear. Okay, so this one's about that size, about right here, where if there was liquid in there, up there, it'd be about that size. The wine glass, about that size of an ellipse, and on. Down here, a wider ellipse, because it's going away from, it's going lower than your eye level. So the ellipse appears. Another way to look at it is this, to your eye level, you'll see if it's at your eye level, it's just straight across. You don't see in the cup at all, or glass. If you lower the cup, or glass, bottle, container, jar, whatever it is, if it's round, you're going to see the round ellipse, the oval, and it'll increase as you drop the cup down. You can make an experiment of this by putting the cup out in front of you at eye level. You won't be able to see inside of it, but when you lower it, lower your hand, lower the cup from your eye level, you'll start seeing the ellipse appear. Same with going the other direction, you'll see the bottom of it appear. So I'm just asking you to draw 3 or 4, maybe 5 different containers on a table, possibly overlapping. I'll show you some images of that because it's more interesting. Like this is in front of that one. You can see the distorted image of the container and back in the glass. But you're going to show the ellipses and where they are. Okay, so I'm going to show you some examples of that here. And they slightly overlapped these. So there's 3 or 4, right? Not 1, not 2. Don't send me 1 cup. Don't send me 1 cup. It happens. I talk about it for 12 minutes here and somebody sends me 1 cup. Okay, so yeah. Several items, 3 or 4, with the ellipse on the bottom and the ellipse on the top. They all have it. It's an oval shape at the bottom and at the top, or wherever inside the images, and you'll see various examples of that. Different containers, well drawn, background, tone, really brings all of this forward, especially the light areas start coming forward more, coming off the page at you, being a 3D effect, 3-dimension, because they chose to do sort of a dark ground and a table. But you see all the ellipses, the top and the bottom, because the whole thing's round, so it's round down here too. It's not straight all of a sudden down there. So you want to include that ellipse on the bottom. This container here is one of those square ones around the sides. The ball canning jars. But the top is round. So you see the lisp there, but it's straight there. I can understand that because it's not round on the bottom. But this is. So you see the lisp there and here. Again, dark background brings lighter things forward. Even though this is similar, it's a small area, but this isn't as dark as that. And then light table, which works really well. And you have your cast shadow. You have your light source on one side or the other. You got to pick a light source. You're going to put these containers, whatever you're picking to draw that has a lisp, 3 or 4 of them, on a table in front of you, like a still life composition, and you're going to draw it. So you want a single light source. Now these are almost straight, but not quite, right? They do have a slight lisp because it's so much close to your eye level. These are very thin, but there is still one at the bottom. This breaks down the lisp shape you're seeing very well. Now, if you were to look right down in the barrel of this, right down inside, it would be round. But so wherever you move in the room around these containers or anything in the room, it's going to change perspective. And it depends on where you are at that you're drawing, what perspective you're going to draw from. So here's the lisp up here. It's all the way down the container. There's an lisp here. There's an lisp here. If you were to draw the edges of these, all the way down. Really, the whole thing is in a lisp, but it's round. And you have that lisp on the table there. Okay? So those are the examples. This one probably being a really strong one. I think it's a little stronger than this one because they chose to leave this really light back here. But it works because these have a lot of contrast. But you want to have that shading. You want to cast shadow on the table, and you want your light source to be represented in your shading techniques. One side or the other, lit up, and one side is dark. Because the light on this one's coming in from the left side here, and then you have these cast shadows on the right. Same with this one, except for it's coming from the right. And this is gradually a darker side and lighter side. And all the other nuances. If you have glass, it's going to reflect light from the room, dark and light shades, kind of distorted image because of the glass. And so that's why this is dark right here. It's picking up the dark background and kind of moving it down here where the tabletop is about right here in the glass, because the glass does that. It kind of distorts the image. And that's what you want to do when you're doing glass, okay? But you don't have to do glass. Even this one, a little bit of a distorted, but at least they do have lights and darks in there. It's not completely void of any tone. It won't be. Look for those tones. And then draw your lisps. That's the most important. And then you're going to have all that shading too. Now let's talk about the homework. Homework is about a music drawing or a drama drawing or whatever the other one was. What was it? Music, drama, dance. Okay. You got your music sort of drawings here that can be various. They can be really cool and abstract. They can be just anything. You make it up. Or it can be very literal to, a guitar or a violin or something, piano, music notes coming out of an earphone, big collage of music notes and piano and guitar and whatnot. piano in here in the eye, keys of the piano, and the notes right here. You know, different things. Almost look like tattoo. Like that could be a good tattoo, maybe. Lots of different ideas. You know, rock. I don't expect you to draw little cartoon guys, but whatever it means to you, you know. You want to do Kurt Cobain here, that's fine, or whatever that is. Looks like Jimmy Page, maybe. Go ahead. Chuck Berry. Hendrix. So, you know, Slash. You don't have to do those. I'm just saying, you know, make one up that you're doing. Let's go back to the other ones. They're more open-ended, like very abstract stuff too. Look at this. So get your ideas here, Bing or Google, music drawings. Let's put in dance and see what happens. And you got ballet and all kinds of other dance. You want to draw a person dancing, then this is probably where you're going to go to these images and try to do something like this. Let's put in the drama. And usually, yeah, you know, with drama it comes up with the comedy faces, the happy and the sad sort of faces. There's lots of versions of that. Otherwise, you know, maybe this is a really cool one. So is that. That tends to be what people want to do with drama. If you come up with another idea, then just tell me what it is and do it, and we'll discuss it. You know, but you might want to stick with something like that. Okay, so I think you get the idea. Do one or the other. You don't have to do all three. Dance, drama, or music. And then your drawing of lists with 3 to 4 containers. Maybe some overlapping. With a tabletop, with a tone on the table, cast shadows, background, tone. You want to fill the page. You want to work with charcoal, it's going to work really well and really fast. Okay? Charcoal, you have to have the kneaded eraser with it. So look into that or ask me about that. But if you have it or worked with it, then fine. Otherwise, maybe experiment with charcoal. It works really well. All right. Leave it at that. And next week, we're going to talk about the midterm presentation and the other assignments.